Hey, and welcome back. This is Jeremy, and today we're going to be talking about the for loop. Now, the for loop is going to be the best for the count controlled loops. Now, I know I said in the while and do whiles you can use count controlled, but they're better for the more the handling events, certain things happening. Go ahead and do this. So, what the for loop allows us to do is to run our chunk of code where the for loop is going to be ran a certain number of times, whatever number we give it. So to kind of give you an idea of what the structure is going to look like, I'm going to open up Notepad++. I'm going to use, let's zoom in a little bit. And so you start with the for, start with the word for, and then you're going to have your init value here. Okay, and you're going to end that with a semicolon. Then you're going to have some Boolean expression here. It's going to be your next option. Expression. Then finally, you're going to have either a increment or a decrement here. So whatever your initial value is, usually you start like say init equals 1, or not, int equals 1, and then you can say as long as count is greater than 5, go ahead minus, and you're going to have some type of print statement or some mathematical equation in your little body here, which your body, of course, is just your two semicolons. Then you got your code in here, whatever's going to happen. That's basically a structure over for loop. I mean, it's not really that difficult. You can make it difficult, but they're fun to play around with. So let's go ahead and let me put this back to default. Sorry about that. Put this back to default, which I think is about that size. Okay, we'll close this out. Nope. And we're going to make a new project. And what do I do that for? File, new Java project. There we go. We'll call this for loop. Inside our for loop, we're going to make a class called, this is going to be our main class. And we're going to give it the name, I'm just going to call it 4. Alright, so we have this. Alright, so like I said, we're going to have 4. We're going to have our starting point. So our initial value, we'll call int. I'm going to say count equals, let's say 1. Okay, so now we have to give it some type of Boolean expression here. So to do this, we say as long as count is less than 25. Oops. And then we're going to add to our count value, because our count value is only 1, so we got to add to this one. Okay. Oops, I forgot my other semicolon here. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so what do we want to do in here? Well, as long as count is less than or equal to 25, we're going to add to that. We could just say system.out.print line. Like I said, we can make this say hello world be 25 times. And we'll run this. Yes. Bam. 25 times. A lot, wasn't it? We could even throw in the count in here. I'll run this again. 1 through 20. Actually, I guess I should put a space in there, huh? That's kind of hard to read, isn't it? Let's try this one more time. There you go. So as you can see, starts at 1, goes all the way down to 25. Like, wow, that's not that complicated, is it? No, it really isn't. Now, you could do other things in here. You could, for example, we can. I wrote a note on it. Hold on, let me find it real quick. We can nest another for loop. Now these are pretty interesting. So I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep this one here. So above this print statement, we'll put another for loop. So I'm going to say for int I equals 1. Count. I'm sorry. I is less than or equal to 6 or 5. Yeah, 6 is fine. 6 count plus plus. So inside this one, we're just going to do system dot out dot print line, and I'm going to use some stars. Why not? Stars are cool. Whoops. So what's going to happen here is that it should run and then print all this stuff, run, print all this stuff, run, print all this stuff. Like the outer loop will run 25 times, the inner loop's going to run 6 times, but it should go this one, or it'll be this hello world should be executed, then we should have 6 stars. Then it should run again, have 6 stars, run again, 6 stars. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a long mess, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going. Okay, why? Oh, I see what I did wrong. Hold on. Let's just. Why is it still going? It should have stopped by now. Because that's not working. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. So that was quick, though. Like I said, it processes the inner. I do apologize. I thought it was the outer got processed first. So the inner gets processed, and then it jumps out, and it processes this one. The inner goes again, then that. But, like I said, you get a single print line of this, 6 stars. Single print line of this, 6 stars. So that's the nested for loop. Honestly, I don't think I've ever really used one myself. That I can think up top of my head. But it's good to know. It really is. Let's see. Anything else? Well, here, let me give you a couple rules of thumb. Like, we always want to control our. It's not called the stepping value. Control variable, I believe is what it's called. Then you want to always have that up in here. Now you can put it down in here somewhere. Now let me get rid of this one. Center one for now. Like you can control this variable in here, but it's just not wise to do just because of the structure of the for loop. And some other good rules of thumb is trying to figure out which loop to use. So for the while loop, remember a while loop is a pre-test. So it tests the event or condition or whatever you're trying to do before it executes anything. So you can use this where you do not want the statements to be executed unless the condition is met. That's the only way I'll do it. Now the do while, if you remember, is a post test. So what that means is that the do while is going to execute the code at least one time. It's always going to run one time, and then if that condition is true or if the condition is false, and then it'll stop your do while loop. For the for loop, again, this is a pre-test, and this can be using for counting variables that can be evaluated. Those are just some rules of thumb right there, but I mean, actually, I'll probably just add all that into the description below, just because I have had it written down, and I still have it wherever I go to work at, just so it's just kind of nice to know, because I forget. I don't program a whole lot anymore, but when I used to, I had the little note over on the side, and it kind of helped me out a lot. Okay, and I think that should wrap it up for the for loop. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Let me know. I do appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work, keep programming, and we'll see you later.